Venezuela is holding a crucial vote that could spell war for Guyana. On Sunday, December 3rd, Venezuelans are voting in a referendum to decide whether they accept the boundaries of the Essequibo region now belonging to Guyana that was decided in 1899 when the country was under British rule, or if the Essequibo region belongs to Venezuela, as was decided in a 1966 agreement. Now, tensions have been boiling for some time, ever since ExxonMobil said they found commercial quantities of oil near the Essequibo coastline in 2015. In addition to being oil-rich, Essequibo is the home of indigenous people with their own unique language and culture. Venezuela has long claimed that the region is part of their country and has been since Spanish colonial rule. However, the matter was decided in arbitration with the British in 1899, and it was decided in that time that the land belonged to Guyana. That agreement was decided by arbitrators from Britain and Russia, as well as the United States, which had represented Venezuela because that country had broken off ties with the British. Venezuela would later claim that the US and the Europeans had conspired to cheat them out of the land, and another arbitration in 1966 had given them control of the Essequibo region. And the Venezuela referendum could very well mean that the country is prepared to take military steps to annex that part of Guyana. The referendum is widely viewed as an attempt by Venezuela's government in getting public support for annexation of the Essequibo region, which makes up 2/3 of Guyana's landmass. For example, the BBC reports that one question in the referendum asked Venezuelans to oppose, by all means, Guyana's unilateral use of the waters of Essequibo. And some are interpreting that phrase, by all means, to mean military force. Guyana, a member of CARICOM and the only English-speaking country in South America, has asked the International Court of Justice to intervene. A last-minute ruling by the International Court of Justice on Friday told Venezuela to refrain from taking any action that would modify the situation that currently prevails in the Essequibo region. However, the ruling did not bar the referendum as Guyana had requested. It's also interesting to note that the U.S. is beginning to soften its stance against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, had in fact at one point recognized Juan Guaido, the opposition politician, as the acting president. And while I hope that this matter can be resolved peacefully without rising to the level of military conflict, I also have to acknowledge that wherever there is economic benefit, and right now we're talking about oil, there is bound to be conflict, and that's not something that any of these countries are going to let go of so easily. Until this issue is resolved, I stand unreservedly on the side of the people of Guyana and their sovereignty. And I hope that all Jamaicans will stand with our Caribbean and CARICOM neighbors on this issue.